Hello crew, welcome back to the Gaming Ocean TCG channel where we open a variety of TCGs and God bless you. In this video, I'll be unboxing the Grandarchive Diana Moonpiercer starter deck from their latest set, Distorted Reflections. Now, we've already unboxed the first one, which was actually CL Mirage's Grave starter deck. Go ahead and check it out. I'll put the link in the description down below. Now, I do have these starter decks in stock at my online store at gamingoceantcg.com if you want to pick yourself a starter deck of your own, and booster boxes still left. As you can see, boom, these are the starter decks. I like the colors, real pretty. And here is Diana Moonpiercer. And we've seen Diana before as a previous starter deck in Alchemical Revolution, and now she returns as, well, a bow mage. It's actually pretty cool. Love it. She's still a ranger, as you can see here. And this starter deck actually has a 4 out of 5 star difficulty, so it looks like there's a lot of brain power involved in this starter deck that maybe figure out what moves and what cards you actually want to use at the right time and set everything up correctly. But we're gonna go ahead and unbox this, check it out. You're also, if you're lucky, or if RNG is on your side, you might be able to pull a CSR of Diana herself in one of the starter decks. But that's an if. But again, starter decks online, like store, gamingoceantcg.com. Check it out. We also have Japanese Pokemon cards and One Piece. And before we get too far, don't forget to like the video. This will go ahead and push the video out so many others can see the video and watch it. And subscribe, share with others. And don't forget to hit that notification bell button so you don't miss any TCG content or openings. Also, check out my online TCG store, gamingoceantcg.com, where I sell Japanese Pokemon cards, One Piece, and Grandarchive. But without further ado, let's get straight into it and unbox the Diana Moonpiercer starter deck. Super cool. Out of the two, I think she was the one I was looking forward to trying out as one of the 2 new champions in the Grandarchive set, Distorted Reflections. And here is the starter deck. Boom, nothing else is in it. All right. The colors are pretty. All right, put this to the side right there. And let's check it out. So here is the deck wrapped in plastic. We'll go ahead and take that apart here soon. And a couple of cards. So here we got an Astral Shard. It's a token. Okay, so we got tokens. That's really nice. Oh, you get 2 of them. That's nice. And I'm going to assume I did not pull the CSR because I think it would be on top of here or something. Unless it's in this. I've yet to figure it out because I've never pulled one. And of course, a QR code. So it takes you to your online site to understand how to play the game and kind of like the beginning mechanics and whatnot. So let's go ahead and open this up without poking any of the cards, hopefully. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, let's see. Perfect. Oh, that was lovely. Beautiful. I actually struggled on the other one. The CL starter deck. That plastic was not fun. Did not want to play fair. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go through the starter deck, see what it's all about, what the new cards do, or if any new cards. Of course there are, right? And just check out the deck in general. And there are cards in these starter decks that you cannot pull in the booster boxes. Just letting you know. So these starter decks are unique. But let's go ahead and start with the first card we see, and that is Spirit of Water. This is your starting champion in the element you'll be using in the deck, which is water. On enter, draw 7 cards. Start off with the champion, draw your 7 cards to start the game. Cool. And here we have the new champion herself, Diana Ether Dilettante. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So on enter, if Diana is distant, materialize an Aether Wing card from your material deck. You still pay its cost. Okay. And then it's a hard effect, ranged 1. As long as this unit is distant, it gets attack +1. So distance is a state of your card. So there's cards that allow you to target one of your cards and make them distant and give them that status. And as long as they have the status, example, range takes effect, it gives you an additional +1 attack. So on and so forth. So it looks like, it reminds me of the other Ranger starter deck, Diana, right? Looks like Rangers like to play with distant abilities. So looks like we might get the same style here, but maybe magical bullets. We'll find out. But also take note that you have to be distant for this to activate. So it looks like you're gonna have to find a way to go ahead and make Diana distant once she enters. So that's gonna be that's something we're gonna have to figure out. Next, we got Diana Judgment's Arrow. Ooh, I like this one. This one's real pretty. Very cool illustration. Very good. So we got champion, ranger, human, right? So here's a ranger. Diana lineage. On enter, load up to 2 Aether charge cards from your hand and or memory into an Aether Wing weapon you control. For each card loaded this way, draw a card into your memory. Well, that's pretty nice. And of course, inherited effect, range 1. So same idea here. So it sounds like you'll be able to load up some charges. So it sounds like maybe magical bullets. I don't know. Let's keep going. And here is the level 3, Diana Moonpiercer. She looks super cool. She's like a magical bard. Reminds me of well, Final Fantasy. So she has Diana lineage. And then it states, whenever Diana becomes distant, choose one. Okay, so we get to choose an effect. That's kind of cool. Let's see what she does. Negate. Each card activation that targets Diana unless its controller pays 2. All right. Then if Diana is defending in the combat phase unless the attacking player pays 2. So you can stop an attack. And then the other one says glimpse 2. Glimpse meaning looking at the top 2 cards of your deck and arrange them in any order. That's kind of cool. All right, so these are champions for the deck. Spirit of Water, Diana Aether Dilettante, Judgment's Arrow, and Moonpiercer. Can't wait to try this deck out. All right, the rest of the material deck, we got the artifacts or the regalia items. Bobbler of Abundance, Banish Bauble of Abundance. Each player draws a card. All right, so it's that. Foresight Lens. Banish Foresight Lens, Glimpse 2. If your champion is distant, Glimpse 4 instead. All right, so it looks like a lot of glimpsing so far, huh? Ranger Boots. It has hindered. This object enters the field rested. So that means when you play it, you can't use it on that turn. On enter, draw a card though. Class bonus. Banish Ranger Boots. Your champion becomes distant. Unit stays distant until the end of their controller's turn. So that's nice. I wonder, since this is your material deck, you have Diana. Unless you have something else in the deck that applies distant, maybe you can play Ranger Boots, and then the following turn, Diana, you'll be able to use Ranger Boots. So you play Diana, then the Boots, become distance, then activate her ability. That's kind of my thought process. You let me know in the comments down below what you think. All right, next item, we got Refluxual Ribbon. It's a pretty card, and I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce it right, but Banish Refluxual Ribbon. Load target Aether Charge card from your graveyard into an Aether Wing weapon you control. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little bit of the pattern here. So Aether Charge, I'm assuming are going to be the bullets, and Aether Wing are the weapons. So bullets and gun. That's how I see it. I guess we'll dive deeper. Seeker's Aether Wing. Okay, here's an Aether Wing, regalia weapon. All right, I was right. Awesome. Aether Wing must be loaded to use for an attack and can't be used with an attack card. So you gotta load in the Aether Charges, or else you can't attack with it. Class bonus, Spell Shroud. This object can't be targeted by spells. Oh, that's nice. That's protection. Class bonus, True Sight. Attacks using this weapon can target units with stealth. That's a pretty good weapon. All right, we get Tariff Ring. So banish Tariff Ring until end of turn. Players can't declare attacks unless they pay 2 for each attack declaration. Activate this ability only during an opponent's recollection phase. Okay. And then we got Aqua Mirage Whisper, another regalia weapon. Okay, but this is a water weapon. Cool. It has Spell Shroud, so can't be targeted by spells. Nice. Class bonus on hit, Glimpse 1 plus X, where X is the amount of damage dealt by this hit. Then put the top card of your deck into your graveyard. Interesting. Okay. All right, now we're hitting into the special element cards. Astra, which you have to have the level 3 Diana on the field to use. Pleiades Celestial Genesis. I don't know if I pronounced the P word right, but that's how I'm gonna say it. Regalia weapon, Ranger Aether Wing. Class bonus on enter, Glimpse 3. There's a lot of glimpsing in this deck. Class bonus on attack, Astra Element Aether Charge cards in the attacker's intent. Gain on hit, summon an Astral Shard token. Oh, okay, so that's what the tokens are used for that are in the deck. So, on hit, you get a token. And it says sacrifice Astral Shard, Glimpse 2. So, it helps you glimpse. Alright, so more glimpsing. Looks like you're going to want to know what your next cards are. Alright, so there is the last card, actually, of the material deck. We're not going to hit into the main deck, but just to showcase one more time, okay, this is your material deck in the starter deck. Okay, very cool. And of course, I'm going to display the level 3 Diana Moonpiercer. Bam, right there. And let's continue on now into the main 60 card deck. So we got Aether Calibration, Action Ranger Aether Charge spell. Okay, so we're starting off with a spell card here. Glimpse 4. Then reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an Aether Charge card, put it into your memory. You may load Etheric Calibration into an Aether Wing weapon you control. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you're going to want a weapon out to maybe start using some of these spell cards too. Wow, it is kind of complicated, or wanting to know what you actually want out at a certain time. Cool. But definitely you're going to want to materialize a weapon. So 4 of these calibrations. Got backstep. That's cool. It's a ranger spell. Target unit becomes distant. Oh, another way to become distant. Nice. Draw a card. I love it. And it's a fast spell, so that's cool. Alright, how many of these we get? 4. Nice, love it. Charge the Soul. An Aether charge spell. Okay. Deal 1 damage to target unit. Then you may load Charge the Soul into an Aether wing weapon you control. Alright. So I'm starting to see that all these normal cards, a lot of them are spells, and you're going to want to use them and load them up into a weapon. So you're going to want a weapon out there. Class bonus, floating memory. Okay, cool. Get 4 of these. That's nice. 4 and 4 and 4. It seems like these cards are actually very important. Idle Thoughts, of course. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then put them back in any order. OT memory. How many of these we get? 3. Okay. Prudent Knock. Another Aether charge spell. Okay. So far, no allies. So far, none. A lot of spells. Draw a card into your memory. Then you may load Prudent Knock into an Aether wing weapon you control. Nice. And it's fast as well. 1 power. 4 of these. Okay, that's nice. Reposition. Ranger spell. Target unit becomes distant. Okay. Class bonus. Floating memory. Sweet. Oh, our first ally. Look. Stalwart Shieldmate. So Guardian Human has Taunt. Okay, so while awake, this ally must be targeted before other objects you control during your opponent's attack declaration, if able. So pretty much, your opponent has to go through this first, if awakened. So also floating memory. And how many of these we get? 4. Okay, so we get some taunting, so a little protection there. That's nice. Another ally, Corsair Captain. Was that Pirate? I love it. My favorite card now. So Ranger Human has range 2. So meaning now, if this card is distance, it gets a +2 attack. Class bonus, floating memory. Okay, cool. So how many of these we get? 3. Okay. Oh, just notice. We're into the water cards now, okay? We went through the normal cards, now we're into the water cards. The water element. The Solid Aether. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So Ranger Aether charge spell reaction. Okay, so target unit's attack get -3 attack until end of turn. Then you may load the Sounding Aether into an Aether wing weapon you control. Almost all these spells do that. So I have a feeling you just activate all these spells, load it up into one weapon, and just shoot one big bazooka and win. One magical shot. That's my thought process. Let's keep going. How many of these we get? 4. So, alright, that's cool. Well, an action card. Next card we got Drown in Aether. It looks pretty cool actually. And it's a Ranger Aether charge spell card. Class bonus, fast activation. Cool. Target arrested ally gets -3 health until end of turn. Then you may load Drown in Aether into an Aether wing weapon you control. They all have that effect. Wow, that's actually pretty cool though. I mean, that just means the cards just have more to them. They're not just wasted after they're used. Next card, Undercurrent Vantage. Ooh, it looks like Diana. Ranger skill, Glimpse 3. Okay. Your champion becomes distant. Oh, that's nice. Class bonus, floating memory. So more cards to help you get distance and glimpsing. 3 of those. Now we're hitting into the special element, Astra. So we start off with Astra Sight, 0 cost. Star Calling, with it looks like a cost of 0 next to it. As you're looking at this card while glimpsing, you may activate it by paying this cost. If you do, put all other cards you're looking at the bottom of your deck in any order. Oh, and then it says glimpse, then draw a card. So glimpse 1, draw a card. Oh, so technically if you glimpse, so if you use another card, let's say Idle Thoughts, and you pull this card, you pay nothing to activate this card, which is you glimpse again and then draw a card afterwards. Okay, that's kind of interesting. And 3 of those. Nice. Next card, Constellation's Blessing. Element bonus, Aether Calling. Alright, what is Aether Calling? As you're looking at this card while glimpsing, you may load it into an Aether wing weapon you control. That's new. Aether Calling is a new keyword, and that's pretty cool. So technically, free ammo. Class bonus, draw a card, then you may load Constellation Blessings into an Aether wing weapon you control. Double whammy. Well, that's cool. Draw and load, or while you're glimpsing and you get lucky, load it in. Nice. Well, there's a lot of benefit to these cards. I think this is a pretty solid deck. Guided Starlight is the next Astro card. That looks super cool. That bow looks like a giant spear actually. This artwork is awesome. So another Ranger Aether charge spell. Element bonus is Aether Calling. So you can also load it up if you glimpse. Cool. Your champion's next attack this turn gains unblockable unless an opponent pays 3. Oh, that's nice. You may load Guided Starlight into an Aether Wing weapon you control. Ooh, okay. Play it, then load it up. I like it. How many of these we get? Only 2? Ooh. Alright. Meteoric Volley. Ranger spell. Very cool artwork. Activate this card only if your champion is attacking. What's a fast spell? For each Aether Charge card in the attacker's intent, create a copy of it in that attacker's intent. Very awesome. So, what it's saying here is, when you're attacking with your weapon, right? The charges or the bullets, you load it up into that weapon and you're attacking your opponent. The bullets or all those charges that are going to your opponent are the intent. So there's the intent to attack or do damage, right? It's going to do a copy of each charge you are sending out for damage. So if you have 3, guess what? Now you have 6 cards or 6 charges. And that only takes the attack. It's not going to take the ability or the skill of the card, but it will copy the attack. So if you have 3 out there with 2 attack, guess what? You got another +6 out there because it copied those 3 on top of the weapon. So that's pretty cool. So this is how you can do some big damage. That is nice. I like this card. So, dude, my game plan, load up one weapon, boom, boom, boom. Of course, load up other weapons. You know, don't put your eggs in one basket just in case your opponent removes one, right? But load it up as much as you can. Use this. It's a lot of damage. How many of these we get? Only 2. Wow. All right. Poised Occlusion. All right. A Ranger spell reaction. An action card. So negate target card activation. Put that card that had its activation negated this way into its owner's memory. Oh, all right. Class bonus. Draw a card into your memory. Your champion becomes distant. Nice. Another way to become distant. So a counter card. And then we got Sidereal Spell Shot. That's very pretty, colorful. So a Ranger Aether Charge spell action. Element bonus, Aether Calling. So while you're glimpsing and you see it, you can load it up. And then class bonus, Glimpse X. Then you may load Sidereal Spell Shot into an Aether Wing weapon you control. Now the question is, what is the X amount? I did just notice the cost is X. So is it however much you want to pay the cost for? That's how much you want to glimpse or can glimpse? Interesting. This is something I have to look up. But if you know, let me know in the comments down below. So that's cool. We got Sidereal Spell Shot, Aether Charge Spell, 3 of those. Then we have Star Birth. All right. So Cleric Spell. Draw a card into your memory, then summon an Astral Shard token. Okay, another way to summon the Shard tokens into those. And that's it. That's the 60 card main deck. I saw a lot of more spells and allies. There's only 2 allies actually. Everything else was spells. So that's kind of crazy. But alright. That is the Diana Moonpiercer starter deck and everything you get in it. And again, possibly able to pull a CSR, which I didn't this time around, but that's okay. Maybe you can. But overall, this starter deck seems like a lot of fun. It's very cool, very interesting. A lot of glimpsing, a lot of Aether charges. I mean, almost every card pretty much says use it and then charge it up. Or if you draw into it with a glimpse, charge it up. So I think this is a very unique starter deck, or even champion, I would say, that I think he's got to just start playing out the weapons, getting them loaded up. Also, the tricky thing is that first level 1 Diana, getting it to become distant. Of course, there are cards in this deck that help you become distant. So there's distance in this deck also. I mean, you really want to play into every effect in this starter deck, or the champion herself. It's all very beneficial. I feel like there was no bad card in a sense. So strange and cool at the same time that it's just spells. It's a lot of spell cards on the 2 allies. It reminds me of a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Witchcrafters, the Witchcraft deck. I liked them. There were like only 4 or 5 of them, and the rest of the deck was like spell cards. So this is pretty neat. I like things like this. But man, and that 1 card to multiply your charges, that's a big hitter. Imagine you have a bunch loaded up into 1 weapon, attack with it. Yo, telling you. And that 1 card that allows you to be unblockable, multiply your intents. That's awesome. So it seems like this deck wants to just go at it. I mean, get to your level 1 as quickly as possible, become distant, summon one of your weapons as soon as possible if you can. That'd be great. That way you can start loading them up, because majority of these cards in the 60 card main deck loads up. So it'd be very beneficial if you have at least a weapon out there to start loading up and loading up. I mean, I can see it. You just keep attacking every turn, just shooting. And the more Aether shots or Aether charges you have, the more damage you do until you hit end game and just shoot 1 big hyper beam at your opponent and win the game. So that's pretty cool. Interesting, because the CL one was a little bit more defensive because you got to build up those omens. But in here, yes, you gotta start building up those charges, but I mean, every card gives you almost a charge, which is crazy. So I can see this being a very fast-paced deck, because I mean, you're always gonna have charges and build up attack and take your opponent down as quickly as possible. So this can be I can see it being a pretty fast-paced deck. I mean, you still have to build up, right? Get to your level 3, get everything ready, draw the right cards. That's why you have glimpse, right? And also you have cards that help you summon the astral shard tokens, which also, by sacrificing them, help you glimpse too. A lot of glimpsing. You really want to know what's up next. And then that way you can use those astral cards to help you do those unblockable hits and the copy of those intents, which I think is super sick. But that is Diana Moonpiercer in a nutshell. And of course, I'm sure there are cards in the new Distorted Reflections booster box that you can upgrade this deck with. But how are you liking the new Diana Moonpiercer starter deck? Did you pick one up? Do you like Diana, the new champion, the Moonpiercer? Or did you like the old Diana? Did you pick up Distorted Reflections? If you haven't, check out my online store at gamingoceantcg.com. We still have a few booster boxes and a bunch of starter decks, so y'all can pick one up and try it out yourselves. And who's your favorite, CL or Diana? Let me know in the comments down below. But that wraps it up. That is the showcasing and unboxing of the Grandarchive TCG Diana Moonpiercer starter deck and everything you get in it. Super cool champion. And I hope y'all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, support the channel, join the crew for more TCG content and openings, and don't forget to check out my online TCG store at gamingoceantcg.com. We also sell Japanese Pokemon cards, Japanese One Piece cards, Grandarchive, and maybe more in the future. And until next time, smooth sailing, and God bless.